What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe B Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I can't believe I'm still actually freaking awake. I got up at 4:30 this morning. I built actually a cabinet, or excuse me, a cubby cabinet this morning, and left out my house at 6:30 a.m. Been going all day long, spent 4 hours in traffic going 122 miles. Just sat through and watched the Lions versus the Packers, where I am in awe of the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions that won against Kansas City season opener 21-20, who just beat the Detroit Lions 34-20 and now have a 4-game win streak over the Packers. Yeah, the Packers. They actually kept the Packers and Aaron Rodgers from making the playoffs at the end of the year last year, and they are a team to be reckoned with, which definitely makes the Cowboys' schedule late in the year when we play the Lions look a lot different. Now, we got good news today where Zach Martin and Tyler Biadasz both actually practice limited, but it looks like they're gearing up and should be able to be ready to play this weekend. We hope that's the case. Tyron Smith, not so much. We don't know what the status is for him, but he did not practice today. Like you say, he's becoming a beast, man. Second year. 3 quarterback hits and 1.5 sacks. That Lions pass rush, they did a number on Jordan Love and the Packers. They were like a freight train in the first half of that game. But be that as it may, this is a weekend that the Cowboys really and truly need to get on track. I'm not going to say that this is a must win, but I look at this and say that this is a must win. The reason I say that is because we've got, New England at home. The Cowboys have won 9 games straight at home. We need to actually start getting some consistency and some home field advantage at AT&T. You'll remember famously, Charles Haley said Jerry Jones built a home, or built a, what do you call it? A house for losers. Built a house for losers because basically we're about 500 at home. We didn't have a home field advantage. We need to start getting one if we are going to be able to really and truly compete. So we need to take care of business against New England because the following week we've got the San Francisco 49ers, and after that we have another revenge game, which would be Kellen Moore and the Chargers that we have to face. So we've got to get ourselves together. Now, for all those out there that are panicking, we had actually a great live stream. We had Space Cowboy as well as my man Game Time Brian. And we were talking about the whole Dak Prescott situation where people are ready to move on from Dak Prescott and everything else and dealing with that situation and such. The reality is there are no easy solutions to winning in football. There's just not. It's hard to win in football. I know it's crazy that we all, who play fantasy football and stuff, that we know that, we just trade Dak and get this guy and plug and pay. It doesn't work like that in football. There's too many variables. To see a guy like Jared Goff, who did go to the Super Bowl with the Rams, and, Sean McVay basically saying, I can't win with that guy, to resurrect his career here with the Lions. It's about being in the right situation with the right people around you, the right coaching, and actually having a bit of luck as well. It is just hard to be successful in the NFL. The discussion we were having, and this is where we look at this and say, if we want to be one of those teams, we need to get ourselves on a roll and get an identity. And I'm not sure what our identity is right now. Mike McCarthy did talk about wanting to be that running team and stuff. And you look at this and say, Tony Pollard has had more touches than anybody else in the NFL going into this week. I don't know that Tony Pollard getting all of those touches, he's going to be able to last for the whole season. And I'm not sure that that's the identity that we want to be. I hopefully I hope that the Cowboys go into this game this weekend and we finally start seeing the offense that we've been kind of looking for. I don't believe that the Cowboys are truly in sync just yet because you look at it from the standpoint of they didn't play any real action for preseason together. Then you go through the first game, the Cowboys defense is blowing doors. It's already 14-0. You're not really being challenged in that game. The second game, kind of the same thing where we're just kind of blowing doors on it. Last week was the first time that you really were under pressure, but then you had all these penalties, you had all these players that were injured. It just was bad situation all the way around. I hope that the Cowboys getting Zach Martin back or having Tyler Smith back and getting Biotis back, that now maybe the team can start getting into a rhythm and start setting the table. Of course, then heading to the 49ers. But before we get to the 49ers, we have got to take care of business against Bill Belichick. I know you're playing Zeke. I know it's going to be emotional because that was your guy. But you got to show no mercy. You got to get back on track. You've got to start looking like the team that you want to be. God, you got to start doing that. So, there we have it. Tomorrow we'll see what the final list looks like. It was just a week ago that we found out that Diggs had the tore ACL and that all of a sudden Zach Martin was injured, as well as Tyron Smith and Biotis. Hopefully, tomorrow we get more good news and we hear about more players that are going to be back to play this weekend because we need all hands on deck. So, that's where we are. It's been a long, long day. Tomorrow I got a lot of work to do. And I'm going to go up here. I'm going to take me a shower. I'm going to crawl into the covers with my wife, my beautiful, wonderful baby. And I'm going to get some sleep and get up tomorrow and start a new day, hopefully. Just remember, good people, this world is crazy. Thank God for the police, but there was a guy who was staking out a church, had his weaponry, and was minutes away from entering this church to do a shooting a couple days ago. Not far from where I live. And this guy didn't know anybody in the congregation. He's not from the neighborhood. He just decided, I want to go kill people. It's crazy to think that somebody would have that kind of malice. And then talking to my dad today and stuff, and he says, I don't like to go anywhere anymore, grocery store or anything else. It's sad that an 85-year-old man fears going to the store because of all of the craziness that's going on in the world. But that's the world we live in now. And here's what you got to do. You got to hold on tight to your dreams. Hold on tight to your loved ones. And make sure that they know how you feel about them. I love you guys. And I appreciate you. And I hope we're all here tomorrow so I can say it to you again. God bless you all. And I'll see you soon.